Trip After Party on the Power Trip Podcast Network.
How you doing, Cowboy?
Hey, babe. Howdy, partners.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the After Party Podcast featuring the TP herself.
After the party, it's the after party.
Are you singing R. Kelly?
Hold on, that's our new intro.
Hotel lobby.
Do you sing
Okay.
karaoke on the road? Do you
No.
guys ever go out as a broadcast team and go sing at bars?
Not really. Not really.
Oh. What do you do on the road?
A
What do you
lot
do
of
for fun?
self-help books.
Oh. Okay.
For real, I don't do much. I don't do much.
You watch movies? You watch
Yep.
Netflix? You go
yes.
for walks? What do you do?
Yeah, because you know what? I try to do things that I don't do much of at home, and that is watch movies and Netflix.
Gotcha.
We usually go out to eat as a group, and there's a lot of just chill time, internet time.
Sweet.
Just I don't do a lot. Here are two things I don't want to do on the road: consume a lot of calories and spend a lot of money. Because they're both are very easy to do. And so I try to be conscious of those two things.
Hawk does the exact opposite when he's with the Vikings on the road.
That's exactly
He eats
right.
as much as he wants and spends as much money as he wants.
Obviously.
I have been known to hit a casino on the road if
Have
there's
you?
one
We're
close.
talking.
You're the TP. I told you she's the TP.
And what do you do again? Are you a slot player? Slot
They're
player.
just the music and the lights and
Do you have a specific
they're
machine?
So fun. No, I love them all.
They're the best.
The ones that pay me,
yeah,
I love
the
them.
best. Slots are the best.
Love
Do you have
slots.
vacation time in March you could take?
No, March is my worst
Why?
month. It's crossover. Wolves are very heavy and a lot of road games because state tournaments are going on at Target Center, so they send us on the road a lot. And then I start Twins at the end of March because that's when the MLB season now starts, like March 27th. When are you going to Vegas?
25th through the
day.
29th.
Oh, shit. That's when MLB starts. Hell yeah, we'll have that to gamble on. Yeah.
Did you just air guitar Kane?
Yeah.
He plays air bass, but it ends up being the largest bass guitar you've ever seen. He does that.
It's like a cello turned sideways.
Yeah, turn sideways.
Correct.
Also, when you
Exactly.
air guitar, you have to.
Right. He doesn't do
You have to
that.
hit
You
that.
don't make any noises.
He doesn't move his top hand, so he's not changing the notes.
Sure he is. Look at that note.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, I'm gonna. You do the note with your hand, and I will reflect it. For
those of you at home right now, Sauce is wearing a cowboy hat, so he's being Cowboy Sauce, but he also has Hockey's cane. So he's basically like Jeff Bridges / Mr. Peanut.
Yeah. He's dead.
Walking around the iHeart
Peanut's no
offices.
longer with us.
How about that? That like Planters they're still going to do the funeral bit during the Super Bowl, but they're not going to, I guess, promote it heavily this week.
Yeah.
It's if they had Mr. Peanut dying in a helicopter crash, right?
Yeah.
Then you cancel it.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
say
you gotta
we're
rewrite
abandoning
that.
the whole thing.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's not like we have to stop joking about death because Kobe died, right? I mean, they're allowed to say Mr. Peanut's dead, and that can still be funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Helicopter crash, sure, change it.
Yeah.
Right.
Anything else, I think we're going to be fine with a fictional cartoon character Peanut dying in any way possible.
Saucy and I saw the Mountain Dew commercial this morning.
Yeah, it's funny.
Bryan Cranston.
Yeah.
It's a good one. That's
Pretty
a really
good.
fun
It's
one. Yeah.
really
That's
good,
gonna
dude.
you wait. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
a funny.
And it's got the lady from Blackish, and
Yeah.
she has a great part in it.
Yeah, it's a good bit. So yeah, I always
Look for a Boston accent themed car, like a Hyundai or someone that involves Smart Pack.
Smart Pack.
A feature on a car, and several Bostonians, like Rachel Dratch. Remember on SNL, she used to do that skit. Was it
right.
Jimmy Fallon?
Fallon,
You
yeah.
are, no, you are. And then they make up.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
She's in this skit. John Krasinski from The Office is driving the car. Chris Evans. They're all talking. He's like, "Is he going to park that car? I think he's going to park the car."
Good
That'll be
bit.
brilliant.
And it's back and forth, and it's
Bowl
hilarious.
commercials
There's
are
a
the best.
cameo. I don't even want to tell you. Why are we seeing these commercials already?
They do it every year.
yeah,
I hate it
'cause the
too.
company-
I hate it.
No, do it. They release them after.
Because the
I
companies
agree.
know that people talk about them. It's just more way to drum up business.
Yeah.
But
agreed.
then when I see it during the Super Bowl, I'm like,
Yeah.
I already
Yep.
saw that. I'm not paying
Yep.
any attention.
Totally agree.
I got to watch the Super Bowl in Sacramento, by the way. We fly from L.A. to Sacramento. The Wolves do. The noonish that day of the Super Bowl. So probably at a bar.
At a bar in a car.
Are there no NBA games on Super Bowl Sunday, are there?
Maybe in the day, maybe a
Beforehand, maybe.
maybe
Maybe
a
at, like,
ABC
noon
Sunday
or 1.
afternoon.
Yeah,
I don't know.
maybe.
I don't think I've ever been to Sacramento.
We played a
have.
Wolves home game opposite of the NCAA football championship. It was tough.
Yeah, I
It was a
bet.
tough crowd.
Yeah, I bet.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the worst
Was it-
stadium you go to for what you do?
When the team is bad, the stadium
Yeah.
or the arena is bad.
Right.
Like right now, Memphis has been a quiet one for a
They
while.
got John
Right.
Morant.
Well,
But what about just
pretty
specifically
thin.
to get around in? Because
Oh,
for
to get
football,
around in.
it's different for what I do because there's a lot of equipment we got to carry. Which if it's a bad elevator, I want to kill everybody in America. They shut down the elevator 2 minutes before the end of the game, so you got to wait for that thing to clear.
Sure.
There's
Yeah.
there's stadiums that I
Logistic.
detest going
Yes.
to logistically as well. So it's a little different for me. But are there places where you legitimately just hate the stadium? You walk in, you're like, this place is an asshole. and baseball stadium as well, by the way. Do you ever do road stuff?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
I'd have to put some thought into it, but all of the new ones are so nice. Like in San Francisco, that Chase Center is beautiful. They're starting to seat the sideline reporter sometimes in a different spot. I'm in a kind of a hallway.
Right.
Like in Atlanta, I can't even see the court. I legitimately cannot see the court.
How do they expect you
from
to
my
be able
seat.
to work if you can't
They give
see
me
the
a
game?
monitor, and if I just walk around the corner, I
Oh
can
my
see the game. But
gosh.
they can because they can
ridiculous.
That's
sell
awful.
the seats.
Of course.
now.
Yeah.
So
Did you
that's
see
changed
where
everything.
The Wolves dancers used to have to wait, right? Just in that tunnel.
Yeah, exactly,
Okay.
exactly. That tunnel.
Fun.
Yep,
Jeez.
that's happened in a lot of places.
That's awful.
What about city-wise? What city do you hate going to? Because there's nothing to do. There's no good places to eat.
yeah, Memphis.
Memphis
But-
in general just sounds
Yeah,
like
because
it's hell.
and it's not a knock on Memphis, but have any of you been to Memphis?
I never have.
For 24 hours, though, so I really didn't
Okay.
experience it very well.
So downtown Memphis, there just really isn't a downtown. Beale Street is one block of bars, restaurants, memorabilia. I mean, that's basically it. BB King's, Blue City Cafe, couple
That's
of souvenir shops.
Wow.
And there are boarded up windows of used to be businesses and stuff like that. Downtown Memphis is sad.
Sounds like Buffalo.
Buffalo, New York. Sure, yeah.
Buffalo's like that. Buffalo.
But you don't think about Memphis
Yeah, no, you
like
think it-
that.
yeah,
you
yeah, it's a
think
good point.
I would
Right.
think Buffalo, yeah, what is in Buffalo
Yeah,
other than
right.
an NFL team?
What kind of presence does Timberlake have in Memphis? Would you ever know that he's
No.
from here? There's no,
No.
acknowledgement that Timberlake's there.
No, there's no bar like BB King's is
Right.
everywhere. You see his name and things. Timberlake, I mean, I look for him every time
Of course.
to see if he's sitting courtside. He never is.
He owns part of the team, right?
I think so.
I don't know if he still
Did he
does.
sell it?
I don't know because that's how minimal he's involved or talked about, or his name is. It's almost non-existent. I have talked to Tyus Jones and his fiance Carrie, who said where they live, which is just I think a mile from the arena. We stay across the street from the arena, so logistics-wise, it's awesome.
Awesome.
Perfect. But trying to get something to eat, or we go to the same place every time, the Flying Saucer, because they have tap beer and burgers.
And Jimmy may be there.
Holy
That's-
shit, was
wow.
that a stretch?
No, it's okay.
That's what they called it.
You know what?
That's
Keep,
what they
keep swinging, Jimmy.
That was his nickname.
It's never good when you immediately have to explain it.
When we go to New Orleans, we literally stayed in the hotel beside the casino.
Oh, that Harrah's?
Right there beside that Harrah's.
Connected.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. I lost
Yeah.
my asshole.
Well, and that's the
I've
triangle
never-
of death
I've never been-
because the Riverwalk
I've never
Mall was
been-
across the street the other way, so it's shopping and gambling.
I've
You
never
suck.
been beat
Wow.
up that
Yeah, he's
badly.
fucked.
Ever.
Really?
I
That's
couldn't
a
believe it.
How much
dirty
did you
casino,
lose?
too. It's a rough spot.
Just show us.
Here,
with
no,
your finger.
here. I'll show you how much he lost. Ready? Here, just nod. You tell me when to stop. Yo,
No, not that much.
No.
No, not that much.
Okay.
Not that much. Not that much. About that much.
Are those 2 zeros or 3
That's
zeros?
3 zeros. That's
Yeah.
3 zeros.
Oh,
Oh, I don't mess around.
no kidding.
I don't mess around.
New Orleans in general, also, we stay on Canal Street, block off of Beale.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, wait, not Beale.
Bourbon.
Bourbon, thank
yeah,
you.
yeah, right.
New Orleans is one of the dirty,
Oh,
yeah.
heavy, tough to
I've
look
never
at.
been.
Yeah.
Like,
It's the best.
It is. I'm sorry?
It's the best. But I would
am not a
never, ever, ever want to live there. But you just said it, and Chris and I have said this for years. Bourbon Street, Canal Street, and the French Quarter during the day, and that's it. You don't go to any other streets. You have to stay on Canal or Bourbon, or it gets super dicey.
Even during the day, they're always cleaning it. They're like soaping the
it's
street
dirty.
down daily.
They
it's
have to.
nasty.
There's a lot of vomit.
There's always
Yuck.
a guy on the Walgreens corner with a megaphone preaching about God.
Yeah.
It is a weird
Really?
place, and it is
not me.
so dirty.
So dirty. So much
I
fun.
really want to go see some plantation homes, though. I
Yeah.
want to see like somebody on the front porch with a glass of lemonade and be like, "This is New Orleans, y'all."
Yeah.
Can you say that with that cowboy hat?
No.
Try.
Because there's
Why?
got to be more to New Orleans than Canal Street and Bourbon Street, and that's all I know of New Orleans.
So my favorite sightseeing story related to New Orleans is when Gerdzie and I ran into Fred Hoiberg during the Final Four with his family at baggage claim. And Gerdzie knew him, and I knew him a little bit, so we went up and talked, and we were bullshitting with Fred, and we're like, hey, why don't you swing by Radio Row? We're going to do a show. We can promote, whatever. I can't. My family and I are going on a haunted swamp tour. And I said, so you're going on a swamp tour? And he didn't think that joke was super funny, but he
brilliant.
turned us down for a haunted swamp tour.
Good
On one of
for
those,
him.
like, what are those wind boat called? What are those?
Yeah.
Sure.
Oh,
Airboat?
Fan
Fan
boats?
boats?
Whatever they're
I
called.
think it's called an airboat.
He was going on one of those, I think.
I guess that's really fun. Not the haunted part.
Too
It
many
was in one of the
alligators,
Police
baby.
Academy movies.
Yeah, too many alligators.
Where is it this year?
What?
Where's what?
The Final Four.
Don't know.
Well, who cares?
Yeah, who cares? Just bet on it.
Hey, on the whole,
Sorry?
without making any judgments on individual people, on the whole, who's nicer, a baseball player or a basketball player professionally?
Generally, I'm not going to use the term nicer. I'm going to say approachable.
Yeah, okay.
Is that fair?
Yeah,
Sure.
okay.
Generally, a baseball player because a lot of reasons. One, height,
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah.
like just less intimidating to
Sure.
talk to a 5'10" guy versus a 7-foot guy.
I can see that.
Sometimes age. Baseball player might be 27, 28, 32 for
Great
all I
point,
know.
yeah.
A lot of basketball players are 19,
Yeah.
20, and it's harder to relate. And baseball players have come up through the minor league system. They have ridden buses. They have had to grind it out for years and just try to make the next level and then try to make the next level. And there's a little bit of there's just a different aura of someone who's done that versus an NBA player, especially a really good one who's been a superstar and nationally known since probably 16 and then joins the league at 19. It's just a different pathway. But I will say that the Timberwolves are nice guys.
Of course, yeah. I figured as
But
much.
if you're just going to go make a general observation,
Yeah.
I would say NHL is probably in the baseball category too because you don't start in the NHL.
Right.
You can start in the NBA.
Yeah.
Usually, maybe 1 year of college, NBA. But in baseball, you can't. You have to go through the grind.
And as you said, a lot of those big-time college basketball players, they fly private. They stay in really nice hotels. Kentucky is not flying commercial. That
Correct.
team is flying. Michigan State.
Well, Minnesota doesn't even
they're not.
fly.
They're all flying private. These baseball guys, it's buses and
That's a
shitty
great
hotels.
answer. That's a really, really good answer. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And there's a lot of money in both sports, but everybody in the NBA is making a lot of money. Even the guy
that doesn't play,
Exactly.
the last guy on your bench is making an obscene amount of money.
Right. But
Yeah,
there's
there are a lot
guys-
of baseball and hockey players that are not.
Right.
Are you
Yeah.
around the guys enough in a real sense where you can feel which ones are there just cashing checks? Or is it hard to tell even being around them as often as you are?
No, I have no idea.
You can't tell?
I mean, I could make an assumption based on, he's not working very hard, but I
Body
don't see him every
language,
day.
things like that,
And I don't know
right.
who comes to the gym late at night to shoot around. I don't know who's
Sure.
got a tee at home in his basement and hitting extra baseballs. And I don't see any of that.
Do you have to like the sport to cover it well?
I don't know because I like the sport, all of them. I like.
Is there a sport you don't like?
Sure, bowling.
Okay.
Like I like to bowl, but I don't like to watch
Right.
it on TV.
Do you think you'd have a hard time covering it?
No, because I like the process of prepping and getting to know this guy and what is he going to do with this. So I think he's going to throw the hook. He just threw a straight ball. What?
Right.
I would enjoy the unknown, the unscripted.
What
of
about
it.
esports then? That's the next big thing.
Esports, yes. Yeah.
Would you do it? So like the Minnesota Rocker call and they say, hey, we need a sideline reporter. We need an interviewer after the matches.
Sure.
And you'd have to dive into what Call of Duty is, all of the ins and outs, and you'd go for it.
Absolutely.
The challenge is fun?
I would because it's reality TV. To me, sports is the ultimate.
Yeah,
People are not going to DVR it. We are going to live in this live world of you do not know what's going to happen. You have an idea, but it probably is not going to work out the exact way that you think. So no matter you name the sport, even the outlet for it, I'm there. Sure, absolutely.
I love that answer because again, that's how I always argue the World Series of Poker to people that don't like poker. Is think of Survivor. The winner of Survivor gets $1 million, right? Even if you hate poker. When you're down to the final 9, and the winner gets $8 million, and whoever's second gets 5.5, it's like, just you don't even have to understand the game. These guys are fighting over, guys and gals, but it hasn't been a gal in a long time. But these guys are fighting over life-changing money, and most of them are never getting back there. So that's their one shot to be on ESPN for 3 straight nights. People are tweeting about it. Like, this is their 15 minutes of fame and life-changing money all in one 3-day bubble, and it's crazy. And and not really professional sports or esports or even bowling. Anybody theoretically could get to the final table of the World Series of Poker if you have a dream week. Almost impossible, but still, it's possible. I'm never going to be an esports pro or an NBA basketball player. Marnie's never going to see me do batting practice for the Twins. So that is true reality TV. That's why I think it's just fascinating. Even though it is my favorite quote sporting event of the year, that's just real people having their lives changed.
When there's something big on the line, it almost doesn't matter what it is. Or there's competition online. We are now watching cornhole on ESPN. Right?
On not ESPN2, ESPN. Regular ESPN.
Did you guys see the shit that went viral this week? And I don't know when it happened. The tag World Championships.
That's awesome, by the way.
Yeah,
tag,
unbelievable.
You're it?
You cannot believe it.
Yeah, can't believe it.
Think of like, I don't know how big the square is, but think of like, I don't know. Maybe
it's an obstacle course, kind of.
Let's say, maybe
35 or 40 yards by 40 yards, maybe?
Maybe less than that.
Yeah,
it's
maybe.
a pretty, so maybe like a couple of boxing rings big.
Like a half of a basketball court?
Let's say like, maybe, exactly.
Like that.
Maybe not even that big, but let's say like a half of a basketball court with a very calculated jungle gym, and it's basically one-on-one tag. Somebody goes, and the other one has, I think it's 60 seconds to tag him, and it's basically extreme parkour with tag. So these people are jumping, walking, it's crazy how fast they can get through these obstacles. And the other guy is
Are these adults?
Adults.
Oh, yeah.
And they're fast as hell.
You can't believe it. And the crowds are going crazy. And
There's a crowd?
Oh, it's the big deal.
Crazy.
I'm
the
telling
announcers
you.
are going crazy.
It's so much more exciting than it sounds like
right.
it would be.
But that's what it doesn't matter if it's esports, poker, bowling.
Yeah, there you go.
It's why we love the Olympics every 2 years. It's whatever sport it is. It's when the best in the world are doing something.
Yeah.
It's kind of fascinating
fun, yeah.
when there's 7 billion people and these are the best.
And you probably could bet on it, too, which always adds to
I'll
the
fucking
intrigue.
bet on tag.
I'll bet on tag as well.
Honestly, watch it for a second. You won't believe it. Maybe that's your future. Tag sideline.
here it is.
Yeah, Zach showing
While
Marty.
he's showing her that, did anybody see that bocce ball shot that guy made?
Crazy.
Brilliant.
That's the most
Unbelievable
thing I've ever seen.
And he barely reacts.
Yeah.
He's like,
Yeah.
that was a good shot.
Yeah, that's
like,
what I
that
meant.
was a
It
good shot.
It literally like goes.
It looks like
Just
it was
floats.
remote
and then
control.
and then it like
Yeah.
you think it stops and it rolls a
And
little more.
Even though it's, a 1 out of bazillion chance. He definitely tried to do that.
Yeah.
He just didn't think he would actually pull it off.
Unreal.
And he did.
Yeah.
Crazy shot.
Hey, Marty.
Your thoughts as you're watching
I didn't see it. I don't know. My parents play bocce ball at the Mesa Regal RV Resort at the 55 and older active community.
Nice.
I'm guessing they don't make that
No,
shot.
probably not. What do you think of tag?
It's crazy.
It is crazy, right?
That's not tag like we played. Like, that's not playground because we didn't have
That's
that-
an extreme
that-
playground.
That reminds me of what we used to watch when we were kids, like that with the giant pugil stick.
Yeah, joust.
Wow.
The American Gladiator.
Yeah, Gladiator.
Yeah. Like that. That's
Love
American Gladiator style tag.
Is it called a pugil stick? Is
Yeah,
that
the
what it's called?
Q-tips that they.
That's what that's called. I never knew that.
Right? Pugil stick.
I've never heard that name before. The computer's making weird noises. Sorry, everybody out there. There's one more
Just try
question
to try to knock the person off
I
the
didn't know it was
plank.
called a pugil stick. That show was awesome.
Jousting.
Yeah.
Oh, look at the ball is like curving.
Watch it.
No.
Yeah, watch this.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Watch though.
It's the most unbelievable shot of all
It's like
time.
it's a remote control.
It stopped and then it creaked.
Kept going. Yeah.
And he barely reacts. And even the announcers are like, unbelievable shot. Like, I'd be like, what the fuck?
Yeah, like Bob.
What did I do?
Jesus Christ,
fucking devil!
Right, but these
Call
guys,
an exorcist.
right, these guys definitely were excited, but not as excited as unbelievable
the
shot.
room's
How
fucking
Was the
haunted.
match
How
still
about
going
that?
on?
Shit my pants!
Right, I mean, honestly.
Shart.
Right hockey, everyone.
Right.
That reminds me of like Tyler George and Team USA curling. Like sometimes you get that rock and it bends and it just sneaks into a spot.
If we, and
That's
I'm
cool.
sure we could do this, but if we went back and like played the tapes, we were kind of doing play-by-play of the Olympics when those guys were in the Olympics because we met them right before they went over. The level of stupidity of us trying to break down curling on the air was like, was that good? Did we get points?
We didn't really
there?
know what was going on.
Why
It was
aren't they
fun.
reacting better? Well, maybe it wasn't a good shot. No, it must have been. I don't think it was. Did we? Oh, just spitting. Speaking of not investigating and not doing our research, just basically, I think they're excited. They're smiling.
That
We
was
had no
awesome.
idea.
Well,
that was the
Marnie-
best.
Here's the deal. It's
Yep.
been 20 minutes, and I got to go poop.
Again?
Yeah, it's
You
that
gonna
time of
get a
day
good
now.
spread?
I hope so. I'm sorry about the TP thing, but you truly are the total package, and I love you.
How do you respond to that?
I love you.
Thank you.
And the rest I'm going to have to sit with for a minute.
I understand.
Was it the pooping part?
Also, by the way, I don't know if you
Pooping
just
and
did that
the TP.
intentionally because I don't know how often you listen to the show, but Chris says I love you to a lot of people, and he gets bothered that nobody ever says it back, and you
Why would
just
you
said
not
it back.
say it back to this
Because we just go, oh,
guy?
cool, thanks. You actually said it back, and Chris, you just made Chris's week. Somebody
I
said I
meant it,
love
too.
you back to
I
Chris.
meant it.
he said
He's just
every time
leaving.
he's like, I just said love
Yeah,
you. and
he
they
must
hung
have to
up.
really go. All right. Any other final shots, Marnie? Anything else to say?
No, I mean, it's always a joy. It's always something. I've got to be on my toes. I can't just show up and be lazy and work this show.
No.
The mind's got to go. The mind's got to go. Try to keep up
We
with
get to
you.
show up and be lazy and just do the show. You have to work. Next time, I will book you. So we don't get our wires crossed.
I agreed to
Made
this
for
date
a
and showed
good-
up on
No,
this
today
date. I
works.
had
Yeah.
no problem with it.
Right. Today worked out.
Howdy, man.
Hey, Cowboy.
See?
Do you know my favorite Dixie Chick song is Cowboy, Take Me Away?
Yeah, he played it.
Cowboy, take me away.
Yeah.
Sauce, just calm
This
down. She's
girl
not
as
talking
high
to
as
you.
can into the wild
He played it yesterday.
Hey, any of the gals down the hallway commented on your cowboy hat yet?
Yeah, one said it was fucking ugly.
Okay.
Did you
Is she single? Oh, then
did
who
you
cares?
get that at a real cowboy?
It's Hockeys.
Okay, because it's not fitted to your
I
head.
know, because I have a giant head, but if it fits.
But it is a real.
Oh, yeah.
You know, not like a plastic.
No, it's a real-
kind of
real
dirty.
cowboy
And
hat.
it is
Yeah.
dirty, and if you look on
Because
the
he's worn it
inside,
on stage, I bet.
right? If you look inside, there's a little tag that says "Cowboy Fancy," which
Yeah.
makes me laugh.
And it's a size L. No, 7.5. Okay. Race
much
tall
larger.
Western.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. Long oval.
yeah, long oval.
I like the holes in the
So
side
will you get one that fits your head?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, he has to get it special
Are
ordered.
you on it?
Ma'am? Yeah, I will be. Yeah.
Will you
I'm
put
gonna wear it
a
in
piece
Vegas.
of
Yeah.
wheat in your mouth?
Wheat?
Wheat.
Yeah, I will. Yeah.
He claims he's gonna head to toe dress as a cowboy for one of our 2 Vegas shows.
yeah.
Oh, really?
And then if you've been to
Snap
Vegas,
front shirt,
Probably
not button.
bolo tie.
Snap bolo,
Bolo
tie.
tie.
Yeah.
Big buckle.
Yep.
Yeah.
Boots,
Yeah,
the whole bit.
Wrangler, like
Assless chaps.
stiff
Yep.
Wrangler.
Then we're gonna go
Crease
around the
in
corner.
The front,
Crease in the front.
of the jeans.
Then we're
Cowboy
going to that
boots.
PBR bar, and you're going to do the mechanical bull.
The twins on the guys in Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
Those just
Oh, yeah.
evil. They had the spurs or
Those
they
guys
had
were
like something on the
badasses.
front, like an animal or something, that silver animal on the toe of the. You got to do it.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Got to do
Spur
it.
on the back, so you clink everywhere you go.
Yeah.
Nice. You got
Big
spurs
wallet with
that
the chain.
jingle,
Yeah.
jingle. Hey, speaking of Breaking Bad, real quick, and then we'll end on this. You and I bonded because we both love The Americans.
Yeah.
What are you watching now with your downtime on the road?
Succession on HBO.
Everyone says I got to watch that. Apparently, I'm behind the times. I haven't seen
Yeah,
it
I
yet.
didn't
It's
really know it
A+.
was that popular.
Oh, it's super popular.
Okay.
Everybody raves
I
about it.
really like it. Matt and I watch it together. I like when we have shows that we watch together. We don't do that a whole lot. That is one, and I think this is season 3, if I'm not
I
mistaken.
think it's I think they're through 2.
I think
Yep.
yeah.
That sounds right.
Yeah, no, we're currently watching whatever. It must be 3.
Okay.
It's good. It's a good show. I'm not going to say, holy, yeah.
Okay.
It's just good. And my favorite character is Kieran Culkin, Macaulay Culkin's brother.
Yep.
He's
a great actor.
He is a really
He's
good
been in a lot of good movies.
It's a good show that kind of keeps going.
You a Curb fan? Remind me. My memory's
fine.
shit. Okay.
I'm not a loyalist.
That was my Larry David impression. Okay, just checking.
What the show? You got to watch the show.
That's more Seinfeld than Larry David, but okay. All right. Thanks, Marty.
Bye.
Always a pleasure.